cricket program where the guy was the president. They took it.
House of Cards. House of Cards.
House of Cards. Of course, I liked to watch because he lied. Always I said, that's the way they are here. You know, I liked the program. Did you see me in House of Cards last? This is a lady, yellow lady with straight hair. So I said, no. Well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And so Sakina says, when we get in the car, who is that lady, Daddy? Because, you know, I said, that's a yellow lady. I said, and they think your daddy like yellow women. So that's what she's here for. Pops up at the coffee house when I'm here. It's not the only time. Popped up over the other. I didn't pop up every coffee house I go to. You know. And my Sue Chajere, they sent me to Switzerland. Switzerland. For a program that didn't exist. You know, just to use up your time and just to do stupid stuff. Him and Zafra and all of them. They ain't never went nowhere and there wasn't no program. But I'm trying to tell you, you wouldn't believe the numbers and the amount of people that's been working against this program. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to fool them all. We're going to get with the Negro, and we're going to help this world become a better place, or a good place to live. Yeah. Because you know, what they don't even believe niggas really think like that. They think I'm lying. They think everything I'm saying is a lie. I got a scheme, and I'm just lying. They're almost certain of it. I would say they are certain. Because they don't, you know why? They ain't never seen no nigga that didn't, everything they throw out for them to bite at, most Negroes bite at. If you throw a girl, the hadith said the biggest test for men will be what? Women. And that's for everybody. Who are all the spies, big spies? This is a pretty girl, right? Why? Why would they do that? Because everybody going, hey, yeah, that's all right. And they going down. Or money, stealing money. Say, can't no niggas, they gotta steal money. No money stealing. Or fear. We're scared of niggas to death. Or all of them, peer group pressure. All of them is facing the wall and you the only one there standing by yourself. I said, hey, don't bother me none. The white man, I was talking to their backs. I said, the white man is going to stick his foot in all the niggas behind. Of course he did. They remember that today. So everything that they arranged, it didn't work. And it's not that it didn't work because of a personality, it works because of something we read the other day, that I am working on my Lord's mission, Allah's mission. You see what I mean? That's the difference. Okay, and with Allah's mission, if you work on Allah's mission, you don't worry about the success or failure. That's what Allah's saying. You just got to keep pumping it out, right? Just like it says, you just keep doing that. Don't worry about nothing. I got it all covered. The position of the United States and the rest of the world has never been in this position in history. That's our sign to go on and move forward and to implement every bit of this program. If we do, inshallah, we don't want to read all of these, but we already have the program outlined. We just have to get busy on it. Now, dear believers, if you get busy, if you see this as a recruiting and then that's what we're doing. If you don't come around, it's okay. We just keep going anyway. We got this stuff from 10 and 20 years ago. We've been talking the same thing. So you can come, because we don't get no extra credits if you come. That's you. The Quran is clear. If you do right, it's for your benefit. That's all. It's for your benefit. So that's where we're coming from on this. Are there any questions or any comments at all?
I had a brother reached out. I guess the title kind of caught his attention. This is from Ahmad Rauf. He was saying that some brothers are getting together to, basically give you an invitation to a Zoom meeting next Sunday at 4 p.m. I don't know how this is going to conflict with the Eid. We'll see. I can't message him right now because I think I messaged too many people sending out the invite links. So I'll get back to him in a bit.
Okay.
But I was just giving you a heads up. Yeah, but that was
Okay. Well, remember, a boss man, he blocks this thing. It ain't no more than 2-3 people be watching it. I know that. And the ones that's watching it is his folks. The boss man is good at that. Don't make no difference. It's been like that. We already got something we'll do, and we'll do it in our time. Remember, see, they don't believe, like, now a white man, the boss man, he mess with your health a little. But you notice how I'm getting around now? Shoot, I'm praying, laughing, and talking. I shouldn't say that, because as soon as I say it and brag about it, I get the misery. Remember, I was up on the roof, I couldn't hardly stand up there, waving back and forth. That's when we're getting ready to do something. If you notice, a couple of years ago when we went over and got up on the roof, on that, none of that happened. When we painted the Masjid, shoot, after painting the Masjid, I painted 2 fails and I put on that plastic and I would paint and I dripped with so much sweat, all my paint, everything would be full. I'd go back and lay down, get a little breather, and I'd come back and do it again. You know how hot and humid it'd be. And I would do one time I did it 3 times a day. And I was working on that iron out there. And that's when I was talking about age regression. Boy, old Khadijah got so mad. You ain't age regression. You getting old and you, I said, must be people getting mad, stuff like that. And I might as well go and finish. I feel just as nice as I can be. Right now. Okay. Now, last week, 2 weeks ago, I couldn't hardly walk up the stairs, you know what I mean? And they have, first this leg hurt, then the other one hurt, then the other one. I said, the white man ought to keep his pain. Function. He ought to remember, if this leg hurt all the time, then don't stop this leg hurting. And it do, stop, don't hurt, then it's over here. Now it's fine. But I said, the white man he got to keep his memory. You know what I mean? He got to keep his schedule. Oh, this is the right leg. Be like the guy took in the hospital, they cut the wrong leg off. That's pitiful, that's terrible. Back in the 90s. Anyway, this is over 10 years old. Strategic management under conditions of repression. Okay. And we'll close with this. Environmental scanning. Societal environment, enemies' behavior, patterns of historical modes of operation, societal behavior. That's external. You study that. That's what environmental scanning is. We've been doing it many times. Internal, structure, chain of command, culture, beliefs, expectations, and values, history, successes and failures of previous Islamic movements, resources, assets, skills, competencies, and knowledge. Strategy formulation, mission, goals and objectives, strategies, and policies. That just means the reason why we're doing this, your mission. And of course, goals, objectives, and strategies, plan to achieve how we're going to do this. Then, strategy implementation. The last strategy, we implemented that. Yeah, we already done all of that. We've actually, the programs, well, the budget, we didn't never have a budget, but we always hustle up the money. Procedures, the sequences, and now evaluation and control. That's where we are now on this evaluation and control. We're evaluating how did we do, what did we do, was the timing right, you know what I mean? How far away from where we expected to be, right? Who do we want to be a part of this? How did they receive, all of that, evaluation and control. And remember, we just go back to the beginning. Environmental scanning, that's what we're doing right now. We're environmental scanning. We're scanning the environment that we live in. How are things in the world today? How do we fit in things the way they are today? It's simple. What's the behavior pattern? You could write down Sam's behavior pattern. He always, if it's foolish, he's going to do it. But this is our time in history. I think a couple of times we had, of course our name takes that into consideration, As-Sabiqun, to anticipate. In our next meeting or two or along the way, we'll toy with that, anticipate. What's going to happen? Just the regular scenarios, take 1, 2, 3 scenarios. With this information, the way it looks, possible way to go. It's possible to go that way. The same information, let's look at it again. It's possible to go this way, da, 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 da. It's possible to go that way. Scenarios, because nobody knows the future but Allah, right? So, all of those things that we do, now here's the catch. The white man does not believe that the Negro has the ability to do all that stuff. Of course it sounds colored, we don't make, it's not like a classroom, like, where niggas do this, niggas do that, and the white man, it doesn't sound like a classroom setting. But everything that we're talking about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you forget, oh, some other fits right into this. The other secret of all of this is that during Jahiliyyah, we had, in the criminal world, we had this pretty good management. Reasonable, evidently we're the richest guy in the region, right? And don't think you can be a dummy to smuggle cocaine, to purchase cocaine, smuggle it from Colombia up to the United States, and then have it distributed without getting busted over and over again. You can't be Jack the Clown and do that. You have to have skill on all kind of levels. How you gonna buy it in Colombia, and they all Colombians? And over a certain amount of money, they gonna give you garbage or kill you, or you know what I mean, all that stuff. And nothing happens. Then transportation. How are you gonna pack and ship all that stuff here? Right? And you do it. And how you gonna get it distributed here and keep your head above water without, people running off with all your stuff? One of my friends, is my best friend, in fact, he still is. when I took him down, when I brought him down to South America, I said, go buy such and such a place and pick up a certain amount of money. He went by and picked it up, and we hung out. In those days, and what we was doing, I was the sheikh. I had the experience. No, there's no joke about it. If I started in 66, by 72, doing there, and I had the experience. Other people were just starting, they were just getting into it. So he used to box, well, he still did even then. And so we walked them hills up to Mount Surat every morning. And then I'd be giving him game, So when we got ready to leave, I know I told you all this before, he said, if you could give me 1 pound of cocaine, I can make $84,000. So I said, what the hell do you think we've been talking about all this time? And I said, we're international dope dealers now. I said, 1 pound is a lot in Oakland in those days. But the less I could give you is 10 pounds. The less, that's the least. We're international smugglers. The less I can send you with is 10 pounds. Then he thought I was crazy. I said, 1 pound. I said, you know them jars up there, them coffee jars I had up there in the cabinet? Yeah. I said, they're a little low now. I said, they are low. I said, each one of them had about 2, 3 ounces. From each shipment I'd buy before he got there, I would take some out just to see what it looked. Oh man, I like that. It's kind of orangish, yellow. I like that blow. Yeah. Then the other would be white flake, hear bells, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. I said, I like that too. So I kept a couple of ounces from I said, do you know how much cocaine we've snorted since you've been here? I said, we done snorted 1 pound of cocaine since you've been here. Them jars, each jar had 2, 3 ounces in each one. So how am I gonna give you 1 pound? I can't do it. So we got it on back. Don't buy no new cars. Stay under. All the rules. Every mistake I made, I told, oh, don't do that. Don't you buy no big pretty car. No diamond rings, no honor, all that. You just, the work clothes you got, keep them. Get you a couple of nice old cars and change up. And you can stay away from the niggas a little bit, but all the houses you get, for the hold your drugs or to meet people or to do stuff. I gave him the whole game. Man, he come back once, all the money, it was just wonderful. Come back twice, come back 3 times. The 4th time, I was hearing the news. I said, oh, so-and-so bought his woman a Jag. He got a vet, a Jensen, and something else, and he went up to East Mount Mall. That's the regular store. He said he bought a 5-carat diamond ring. I said, good God Almighty. Then the next shipment, when he was supposed to send the money, he sent a little bit, yeah. For me, it was enough, because I took what we got into Africa anyway. And I was trying to catch up with him, so he sent me a message. You tell Big Hank, I'm on the big end now. I said, that's the craziest statement I've heard. See, first of all, your connection, all of my connections, man, they could drive my car, stay in my house, you look out for your connection. When my connections would come visit me, man, they get the master bedroom, they get the whole show. They're your connection. And they taking care of you, your kids, all the stuff that you got. That's the reason you got it. Them. You happy to see them? At least in those days, you'd be happy to. Oh, yeah, we stay at each other's house. Oh, yeah, come on in. Oh, we'll cook something for the. Hey, man, look at here. And he's telling me, I'm the connection in South America. I'm on the big end now. Yeah. You know, it took him a long time to go flat broke. When I got out of jail, he went down to Colombia and come back through Costa Rica. That's insane. At least that's what he said. But I know he weighed 100 pounds, and he was saying that he weighed 100 pounds. He said, where you been? I've been in La Reforma. That's the jail down there. And he tried to do what I was doing. And he said, I'm on the big end now. He just owes me, even right today, he owes me $200,000-$300,000, which is like $2-3 million. No, that's 10 times. Yeah, he owes me, let's say $2 million. Right now, he don't have it. He's on Social Security or something like that. But that's the way people's life stuff happen to them like that. If you get, I almost want to call it lucky. Technically, the life I lived is the luckiest, happiest. That's why I'm grinning from ear to ear all the time. Because all the visions and dreams and hopes I ever had, hey, I got a chance to do them. I just got a chance to be rich. You know, when you're in your early 20s, when this means something. Drive all the big pretty cars, and I don't want to drive them. I already know what it is. Right? All the cutie pies, that's all you used to say. You must have liked red bone. All them yellow girls, I had them all there hanging on both. You ought to see some of the pictures I got. That's all that's what's going on. But it don't mean nothing. It ain't nothing compared to Islam. All the things that the people use against the people, they don't get it, and they don't know what's happening. On this stuff about leadership and management, we had it down pat for Jahiliyyah. But you have to learn, you have to evolve. This stuff, if you go and you study our As-Sabiqun, unity, Islamic movement, priorities in the Islamic movement, and you management, role of Islam and the Islamic movement, all that stuff. I was being educated then because I'm studying all this stuff.